Hi, this is Nikki, and I'm here to share the messages that I get from Spirit and from all of our higher selves that are helping us on this journey to unconditional love. Love of the journey, love of the soul group, they're all helping us back into our divine unions. And so I do divine love healing. I can connect to your souls and get you the messages that your souls want you to know to put you on your highest path. I also do energy reads using this deck of cards, which is the energy read card, and also I do a divine love crystal grid, which I was guided to set up on the Lionsgate for me and my twin to help us to come into your reunion. And you receive pieces of rose quartz. When you meditate with the rose quartz, it sends unconditional love, grounds it onto the planet, and it's all about raising the planet to love and light and to help balance your union. And so what I wanted to share is I've just done 6 healings today for people. And so I wanted to share what the themes were of the healings, because again, it just shows what the divine counterparts are going through. Also, I just wanted to share some of the common, I also do a quick angel reading for you at the end as well. And so I just wanted to share. Now, normally it's quite rare to get the soulmate card coming through because it's normally much more around guidance sort of thing. But today I was really surprised because quite a few, about half, I think, yeah, about half all got the soulmate card. And the other combination of cards are very similar, right? So it's all about standing in your truth, knowing that you have the rainbow path right in your hands, knowing that new beginnings are coming in love, right? Because we're going into a new chapter of rising up in our vibration. And so I just thought I'd share that because it's quite unusual to get quite similar. It's unusual, right? It's the first time that that's ever happened. So I thought, okay, well, I'm going to share it. The other thing is I'm going to share some quite analogies of what I saw in people's healings. So the first one is basically about he was rowing a boat, and the first song is I'm sailing through stormy waters, and he had lots of bags in the boat and he had to let go of the bags. And I said to him, what? And he said, I basically, he was kind of saying, I've had so many knockbacks in life that I've barricaded my heart in. And I literally saw a door with planks of wood being hammered into it over his heart. And then he said, but I've had enough. I'm ready. I don't want to live like this anymore. And he started throwing the bags out of the boat. And then what I saw is when he did that, the clouds became clear, and the song was I Can See Clearly Now. And then what happened was he was drawn to what I noticed at the front of the boat was actually a chain. And the chain was pulling the boat. And when it panned out, I could see it was attached to a lighthouse. And in the lighthouse was his divine counterpart actually pulling him in. Now, the songs that came through for that healing was I Can See Clearly Now, and also I'm Sailing Through Stormy Waters. When I went to click on the I Can See Clearly Now, it came from a clip from a film called Cool Running, which again is so amazing. That film is based on a true story about a Jamaican bobsleigh team who, against all the odds, got into the Olympics. Right? So that's the first thing. That was the first healing. The second healing was again about driving. They were driving up a hill, and around the hill there were like a bridge that you have to, like a toll that you have to go through. And he had to put the gold coin in to get through the toll. Now what happened was his window was getting sticky, then his door was getting sticky, and he was getting more and more frustrated because he couldn't open to get the coin in to get higher up. And in the same way, he was frustrated because he felt like he was being blocked and he was being stuck. But then his divine counterpart said, look what I have. There's a product called WD-40, which basically you put on sticky things and it basically eases it. It's like putting oil on it. So she gave it to him. He used it on the car, and then he was able to open the door. And they continued up the hill, and at the top of the hill was a castle. The song was Castle on the Hill. And again, in that, that is indicative of him feeling that he has been through his life, he's been blocked and he's been stuck, and he's, not progressed as he wanted to because he's been frustrated by the situations that he's been in. very similar. But then actually it all, again, it comes all good because the WD-40 product smooths everything over. Okay, so that's and the music for that was Castle on the Hill, Ed Sheeran. Right, so that's the second one. The third one was about, they were children, and very similar vein again. They were children and they were on toy cars and they were doing a racing circuit. And on her path it was smooth, but on his path it had big humps in the road, and to the point that he fell off his car, and she came back and he climbed onto the back of her car, and then they both went through the finish line and they collected their gold medal together. Now, in that, again, the same way, what he said was that, he feels like he hits walls all the time. And because, it's kind of that thing of thinking, like you want to break free, but there's kind of, you feel a bit hard done by and a bit kind of like, oh, nothing ever works out for me. Do you know what I mean? That kind of feeling. They feel like they've always got blocks being put in their way. And so in each of the healings, basically what the songs came through, and then through that, then the videos, was each showing that anything is possible. Because actually in each of the healings, what happened is that, they didn't have to worry about getting to the finish line, because actually they were, the path was just opened up for them and they got to the finish line, right? So, and each of them were very, very similar, all about this feeling of a bit like hard done by, basically, and feeling that they, that they were kind of like, every which way I turn, I've never, I haven't, I've been blocked, and I'm a bit like, frustrated, and now I just don't want this anymore. I want to, be free. I want to have a different life. I want to be, I want to be the winner for my own life, basically. That's what was coming through. And of course, what was coming through in each of the healings was actually what happens is that they are, they are brought to win the race or get to the shore or get to the lighthouse, because they are brought by the energy of the divine counterpart, right? And so it's all about teamwork making the dream work, which is why it's so perfect. Now, I'm just going to say about different songs that have come through as well, because they, again, tell a story. So the songs that have come through are and these are from different people sending things, and, but in the comments, there are just so many messages and signs. So the first one is Step Inside Love by Cilla Black. The next one is You Are My World. The next one after that is Anyone Who Had a Heart. And then this one, which is by Frankie Wilson, is called Do I Love You? And Indeed I Do. And that is by, the album from that is called Soul Boy, right? Then there was the U2 song In the Name of Love by U2. This is from a healing, which is Bright Eyes Burning Like Fire, which is from an old film called Watership Down. That also I saw in a healing, and that was about being caged in. And so there were bunny rabbits in a field, and they tried to, one of them was, I saw them stuck in the barbed wire. And because of that, they were frightened to ever let go of their heart, because they were frightened they were going to get stuck in the barbed wire again. But actually when we healed it, then they went out of the field and into the forest, and they were fine, they were free. So, I mean, these are all coming from different things. So My Eyes Adored You, Can't Take My Eyes Off of You. Both of these are really old ones, Frankie Valli. And then we've got Castle on the Hill. The last one, which came from another healing, was Chopping Wood. Now, this healing, the healing about this was the fact that he was chopping wood to make a log cabin. And he was very particular about the length of the pieces and how it had to be and all of this. And his divine counterpart was going and collecting the pieces of wood. Now, when I asked him, why is the chopping, why are you taking so long over it? He said, because if you build the foundations correctly, that it will last forever. If we do a rubbish job now and we don't get the pieces correct, then we will have to, it will fall down, basically. Which is also so fascinating, right? Because it just shows, that to me, again, backs up all that we've seen in the energy readings and things about wanting to get financially secure, wanting to be in the right place, wanting to know that they've found, their physical surroundings are right before moving forward. Because that's exactly what I saw in this person's healing. He was literally saying, he actually said, you have to get the foundations right for it to stand the test of time. Otherwise, if we go in and it's not, and we haven't built the foundations right, it will fall down, right? So that's the message. Just know that at the moment, they're getting their foundations right, okay? So which is why, in order to have the new beginnings, in order to bring in the soul relationship, because they do know that you have the rainbow in your path. You are their soul truth, right? So that's why behind the scenes, they're working on getting all this stuff together. And I've done 6 different people's healings today. Every single one of them had a message around that. Absolutely every single one. So, and very unusually, these 2 cards kept coming up, which never happens. I've never had that happen before. So there you go. Know that new beginnings are coming. Know that they are getting their stuff sorted in order to have a strong foundation to support a twin flame relationship. There you go. Well, I hope that helps. And thank you so much to everyone that's coming to me for healing, everyone that's coming to join the Crystal Grid, everyone that's commenting, sending me things and all of that and liking and everything, because it's all of you that are helping me. If I'm not doing healings and I'm not connecting to your higher selves, I wouldn't be able to do these messages to help everyone. So massive thank you to everyone. All right, take care. Bye.